singing because I was chronic asthmatic, and we had a very wise GP, and he said to my mother, "Get the lad singing, it'll be good for his lungs." And so I've been singing ever since.
So Karen, what from your angle do you think are the benefits of singing and spoken word?
Well, I think it's dealing with all the aspects of speech really. You've got projection and using the breath to help power the voice. You've got the diction, you've got the articulation. When you're doing it in a group, you've got all the timing and the pacing and keeping in rhythm, which again is something that's very helpful and also problematic for people with Parkinson's.
I don't really know what made him choose singing, because he isn't a singer, but I think he felt it would help him, particularly with his pronunciation, because his speech, it's rather strange now, but his speech was beginning to go, and it wasn't quite so clear then, so he thought that if he learned to sing, that it would improve that side of things. Which it did, actually. I suppose because I get involved as well, we both get involved together.
I think the original intention was to have a lot of exercise, wasn't it? Because that helps with the swallowing. It helps to relieve that rigidity in the face that some people suffer with. And I think as a way of consolidating the exercises that you've learned, the breathing exercises and breath control, the singing is great, but it also demonstrates to other people what can be achieved if you're not a singer.
I think it always is down to confidence, all sorts of things.
Yes, yeah. Always with performing like that though, it's because it's something completely out of your comfort. It was when you first did it, wasn't it? Yeah. Completely out of your comfort zone.
It's definitely helped me. I started getting trouble with swallowing, like that's another symptom of it. Where you have to swallow about 3 or 4 times to get anything down. It's quite frightening, and that. Because it seems to have gone. And so you don't realise something's gone until you suddenly think about it. Now it's much better.
I do find that the choir gives you a freedom that you turn up and you can be you, or at least the you used to be.
I will always include exercises that use movement with the breath and with the sound, and that encourages the singing to be more alive. And emotions, saying each name, let's do a different thing, angrily or happily or cheekily or dramatically. That sort of seems to get people going.
Certainly does.
Certainly does. Certainly does, yes. Do one of our shake hands. So you just make a noise. Excellent. That's quite good, isn't it? It makes you feel better just from laughing, I think. So that's really good.
In the centre of our head, you will appreciate that is a very complex, well, one of the most complex areas of our anatomy. In that area, there are cells between the brain and the top of the spinal column that produce a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is what connects the mind and the body. Parkinson's is where those cells have gradually died and there's no longer the dopamine in which to connect the mind and the body.
Almost everything I do is geared up to looking at my watch to see if it's time for medicine.
Yes, likewise. I have crawled to the loo on my hands and knees and I haven't been able to walk in the middle of the night. So, people don't see that side of it, do they?
No.
When you can't actually stand up properly.
Now that I've got dementia, it's like hitting a brick wall. It's not all the same. I mean, there are days when I feel fine, Well, no, there are no days when I feel fine. But there are days that are better than others. You know, I mean, there are awful parts about it, but there are parts that are okay.
Oh yes. Most of the time I can rush about like a whirling dervish.
Yes, you do.
And I love, you know, America because it's all go, you know, and it's snazzy, and that's why I like it. I like plenty of go in my music.
I had played it 101 times and enjoyed it so much and played it with people that I was fond of, so that it was the memory that the song carried, which is why I chose it.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was really moving, just the two of you doing it together, and you could sort of prop each other up with nerves. So you chose A Falling Down on the Town Lights. How did you come to choose that?
I picked that, I think, because I wanted, what annoys me is people don't sing the whole song. Gershwin always has a sort of preamble, doesn't he?
Yes.
And I wanted to do that, you know. I wanted to, not just the actual main chorus, you know, which is what most people do.
Did you enjoy yourself today?
Oh, it's been really most enjoyable. Thank you very much.
The standard is better than the times I've been before.
Enjoyed singing in it very much. Thought it was brilliant. And it takes me back to when I used to sing like quite often. And it's really lovely to do it again.
Yes, I think that it's a really great group. Mum really enjoys it and she's always telling us about it. And definitely since I've been coming, you've improved considerably, I think, since the first concert I came to.
I loved it, absolutely loved it. It's really great, yeah, really brilliant. Very moving. Beautiful singing, great quality.
We was on the news last week, 1 o'clock news, BBC.
Nice.
Talked about it on the One Show. They've achieved their aim of making people more aware of it.
People assume that if you've got Parkinson's, then you do certain things and you have failings that, and everybody's the same. Whereas in point of fact, everybody is totally different.
Yeah.
I shouldn't think there are two people in that group that are the same, that match, that have the same medication.
I have frozen so many
That
times.
put me off.
Yeah. I've frozen going up escalators, I've frozen getting on the underground. But I've always had somebody that's come forward to help me, always. I've never ever found anybody that won't help.
People are good.
Very, very kind. Yeah. Yes, I won't let it get me down. I'll struggle to the end to do what I want. When it comes to the point where I can't do it, then I will have to give up.
I suppose there's some sort of scientific study that says it does this and it does that makes you feel better, but you know, at the end of the day, it just does make you feel better. I'm not really concerned about the reason why standing up and singing in a group of people is great exercise and huge fun. A positive attitude goes an awfully long way to sort of alleviating some of the problems. If you think to yourself, I can, rather than I can't, it makes a big difference.
I think I'm a bit of a stickler. If you can't do it all, don't do it at all.
I quite agree.
It just is, it's enjoyment, you know. It's those little grey cells up there that give off endorphins.
Yeah.
And it's just so enjoyable. It just makes me happy. You never know what's going to lead down the path to you, if you go left or right, what's going to crop up.
But it seems to happen. I walk in and, you know, there's Helen, who's always smiling. Yeah. And people like Derek, who has Alzheimer's. I mean, it was the first thing he said to me. And I don't think they would have done that if they had been in ordinary company. And we've all got challenges.
Yes.
I mean, we wake up in the morning and feel like,
Yes, can I get up and say it?
feeling very
Can I get out of bed?
Yes, but then there are millions of other people in the world that are worse off.
Yeah. There are indeed.
That we are well blessed.
Be determined. I would say never give up. Do the best you can.
And join a group.
Yes.
Be with people like yourself. And I've been involved in music since I was born, and this is moving me further.
Onwards
and upward.
Yes, I think it's very good. I really enjoy meeting the other people.